Washington, a different part to where Barbara is speaking to us from, because in the next hour, India's Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, is going to be meeting Donald Trump at the White House. It's their first meeting. Some say they have a reasonable amount in common. Here's Tanvi Madan, an analyst with the Brookings Institute, saying both have portrayed themselves as outsiders, both have promised jobs, and both have looked to make their countries respected again. It's worth pointing out they're also both very, very heavy users of social media. Let's bring in Brajesh from Washington in our newsroom. Hi, Brajesh. Good to have you on the programme. What is the Indian Prime Minister looking to get out of this trip?
Ross, they're going to talk about the usual issues of terrorism, trade, transfer of technology, and the top headline-grabbing issue of H-1B visa for skilled Indian workers. But what the officials are telling me that the most important thing here is to get to know each other. As you know, Prime Minister Modi, he has invested a lot into the relationship with Washington. It's his fifth trip to the country since he became the Prime Minister 3 years ago. But of late, there has been a sense of uncertainty in India, that where does Mr. Trump stand on issues of concern to India. And so the officials, what they are telling me is the idea is to first strike a chemistry with new leader of the free world and try to convince him that India is worth the time, investment and attention.
So what are they going to be doing together to develop this chemistry?
Primarily, it's going to be almost a 4 to 5 hour long meeting that's going to take place, of course, in different sections. First, they meet in about in a few minutes from now, and then first there's a one-on-one meeting, then there's a bilateral meeting with both the delegations coming together, and at around 5:30 local time in Washington, they'll be issuing a statement from the Rose Garden, and then there's going to be a dinner. This is the first working dinner at the White House for a foreign visitor. That's what White House senior official told us, and that's being seen as something really positive as far as optics are concerned for India.
We've only got a minute, Brajesh, but sometimes when Prime Minister Modi visits countries, there are big events with the Indian diaspora turning out to see him. Is that going to be happening on this trip?
It did not. Yesterday, there was a community event. It did not have the same pomp and show of the earlier visits. It was pretty subdued, I would say. But then what some of the officials are saying that was to a certain extent deliberate. Right now, it was supposed to be more like a business meeting where they get to know each other before they meet again next month for the G20 summit in Germany. And so there was no rock star kind of events that you had seen in the past planned.
Brajesh, great to have you on Outside Source. Thank you very much indeed. Please keep us posted on that visit. There's Brajesh live with us from Washington, D.C. Brajesh talking about the G20 in Germany. That is next week, and Outside Source is going to be live from that summit in Hamburg. I'll have more details on that as we go through the week. Speak to you in half an hour.